All right, in this video we're going to take a look at IXL P.4, side lengths and angle measures in similar figures. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at our similarity statement. Triangle UVW is similar to triangle XZY. And what we need to do is we need to figure out what the measure of angle X is going to be. So as we're taking a look here, I've got 54 and 54. Notice how these match up. And I need to find angle X. Now, I don't have any angles in this area, so what I'm going to do is I need to go back to my similarity statement. So notice here, X matches up with U. Okay, see how that works? X and U match up. So if X and U match up, 54 degrees, the 63 is going to go right there. So my answer here would be 63 degrees. All right. This is another one, same thing. Okay, you're going to match up angle U. So in this case, notice U matches up with D, so it would be 37 degrees. All right, so the angles are pretty straightforward. You just match them up, right? This is where things get a little more complicated. Okay. What you have to do when you're solving for sides is to set up a ratio that works and then solve for the two sets of sides. So the first thing I would do anytime I'm looking for sides is I would set up one ratio I know for sure that works. So I notice this EF here seems to match with TS, and if I take a look, EF matches TS with my similarity statement, so that checks out. So I'm going to set up a ratio. I'm always going to set it up left over right. All right, so I'm going to set it up 9/81. Now you can simplify that if you want, but you don't have to if you don't want to. All right, so now notice I'm trying to solve for two things. So I'm actually going to set this thing up twice. So set up once there, set it up once here. 9/81, 9/81. Now I need to set up the first one. I'm going to set up with the first one, FG. So I'm looking for FG. FG ends up right here, and it matches with SR. So here's SR. Okay. So I'm going to set this thing up. I'm going to act like this is my X. There's my SR. So I'm going to do X over 81. Okay. Those are just like the cross multiplying we've done in the past. We cross multiply both sides, okay, and then divide out. We should end up with X is equal to 9. If we solve that correctly, we should get X equal to 9 here. All right. Let's look at the next one here. So I get 9/81. I'm going to keep that the same. We're going to use it with GH now. Now let's look at where GH is at. Here's GH, and it matches QR. And again, you can always check your letters up here. So I've got equal to X over 27. Now the X doesn't always go on top. It just happens that in this case, or I should probably use Y or something different, okay? In this case, it happened that the left one both times were the sides I was solving for. Always go left to right, even with your variables. If the variable's on the right side, then you're going to do some number over your variable. All right, and we cross multiply here. Okay, 9 times 270, that's going to work out to be something like 243 is equal to 81x. And if I divide both sides by 81, I'm going to get X is equal to 3. All right, and that's how we solve problems like that. Okay, you want to make sure that you set them up correctly, okay? Now, a lot of the times it's going to look something like this, okay? Notice they've given us more sides than we need. It's okay. Just pick one that matches. I know this TV side matches this FH side. So I'm just going to set up left over right, 24/3, boom, okay? Look at where I'm looking for. I'm looking for that TU, find TU. So that's going to be my X, even though they didn't label it for me. I'm going to label it. There's my sides of 6, boom. Cross multiply, 3X is equal to 144, boom. Divide by 3, okay? And that comes out to something like 448. Boom, done. Okay? So that's how that's going to go. If you have any questions on IXL P4, feel free to reach out. Here's an angle one. match up the letters, type in the angles. The angles are really easy. The sides are a little bit more work, but it's definitely something you can do.